The chipper is a Valby chipper. It can take up to 9-inch material. It essentially takes 1 inch per 10 horsepower. So that's a 60 horsepower tractor. If you put something in there bigger than 6 inches, it'll pull the tractor down quite a lot. It takes a minimum size of about 30 horsepower to pull it. And of course, you know, a 90 horsepower would be able to maximize the machine. But you can see how fast it takes stuff.
Chip all this up.
You know, we can, and obviously depending on the kind of material makes a big difference on how fast you chip. I think if everything is perfect, all the material is perfect and all the conditions are perfect, that thing is supposed to be able to do something like 40 cubic yards an hour. About the most we've ever done with it is more like, you know, 15 to 16, maybe 20 cubic yards in an hour. But you know, that's not always ideal conditions. You've got some, you know, dry oak, you've got pieces that don't feed in very well, bushes and things like that. So, you know, we don't get it that fast. But it does show the versatility. Now we can go up there, so we can go up there in the woods along that road or whatever, and we can trim, we can do a fence line, and instead of just, you know, piling up stuff and letting it sit there and rot, we can chip it up. And now we've got carbon for bedding, for animals and composting and whatever. You get carbon in a usable state. So being able to make big pieces and little pieces that flow is a pretty cool thing. And that machine, it's, you know, 3-point hitch mounted PTO, and that machine costs. I'm trying to think, but I believe it's about $5,000. It's not terrible. But again, if you had one of those, think about this. If you had one of those, and you wanted to supplement your income a little bit around the edges, you could do some tree work. You could do some chipping for, you know, neighbors or people who wanted to clean something up. And you know, for us, when Teresa and I started here, before the farm, you know, gave us our full income, I did some of this stuff, you know, building fences or planting trees or whatever. You know, when you're living cheap, that's why I always tell people, you know, if you want to do this, you want to start, live cheap. You know, live in an RV, live in a yurt, live in a tent, you know, a cave, whatever. Okay, but live cheap, be out of debt, live cheap. And then, if you pick up a little side job where somebody pays you $1,000 to do a couple of day side job, if you're living on $500 a month, $1,000 goes a long way. Okay, and so that's kind of what helped us along.